Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to easily get the Platinum Trophy in Saros for PlayStation 5. Now the Platinum Trophy for this game isn't too hard to get, but I'll be taking you through how to get the most difficult trophies here to get the Sun is Forever and Master Carcosa. Now the good news is you'll get most of these trophies going through a regular playthrough, with most of them being the bosses. However, there are a couple that are difficult. One of the more difficult ones requires you to do Expedition 33, Clair Obscure here, and there's actually a little bit of a glitch you can do to make this one a lot quicker. The Untouchable though will be the most difficult. This is another one that you can glitch and get easily, but you gotta complete a biome without taking direct non-corruption damage or losing an adrenaline. I'll be talking about what biomes do, but I'll also show you a way that you can get this really easily. Another difficult one is the OverDriven here. This requires you to take on 30 hostiles with overdrive, and I'll show you a quick, easy way to deal with this one. Another more challenging one is Spread the Cost, but like the others, there's easy ways to get this one too. Another challenging one here, Fall from Grace. Only 3% of players have got this trophy. This actually is kind of misleading because it sounds like you can't attack them, but the way you get this is by parrying an enemy and knocking them out with a stagger and then having them fall off the map. And honestly, this isn't too hard in the final zone of the game, and you just have to focus on going for like Nightmare Realm or Nightmare Strands as well, trying to parry as many enemies as possible, and it's actually pretty effective if you just go about it that way. Vincible is another difficult one, but we can also use this alongside another one to get it easier. Now I'll first show you a glitch that may get patched, but this is one of the quick ways. You want to come to the Shattered Descent bridge controls here. And upon arriving, you're going to run back here, and there is some rocks here that we can actually glitch out on. If you jump up and try to dash onto them, you can actually get onto a ledge here and then climb up and go into this zone. It takes you back to the previous biome, and by doing this, you get 3 achievements. So you can repeatedly do this and get the Carcosan Cartographer, although this one is also easy enough done if you just run through the game multiple times. In late game, you can start from biome 1 and go through multiple, and this will clear it multiple times. But that strategy there, climbing up, is how you can get the Untouchable without having to fight anything. It's a quick and easy method, and this will also work for Vincibles because you're not using a shield in that time. So yeah, it's a quick, easy hop up here, and the boss Rabdom is right here as well if you want to face off against it. And speaking of Rabdom, if this ends up getting patched, the easiest method is to go to the Shattered Descent colony here, as this is the shortest map in the game, and Rabdom is not that bad of a boss. You can actually just grapple your way around the map multiple times. Also going just out the main door here to Shattered Rise. If you're good with the Prophet boss, that is kind of the hardest part of Zone 1, so you can do it at either Biome 1 or Biome 3, but I do think that Rabdom is an easier one because again, you can grapple around to all 4 points and not get hit at all by his attacks. This is also the best location for Vincible because you don't really use your shield against him, as all of his attacks are mostly going to be red Nova projectiles, so this can be an easy way to get that one. But again, that hard one, this is a difficult one. The 33 expeditions can easily be done just by going for the Shattered Rise, running straight through. You can get 4 or 5 biomes, which counts towards this. And you got to do that not 33 times, but each new zone counts as a new biome that triggers this. So you can just do runs from the start. And I actually kind of recommend doing that because they are really good ways to get yourself leveled up and experience the new weapons and higher level weapons at that. Stagger 2 hostiles simultaneously with 1 parry. This one is a little bit more challenging, but Nightmare Strands are going to be your best way to do this. And honestly, the parry in this game is very generous. So just go in and start punching often. I got this one from hitting a couple enemies that are right beside each other, and that's kind of the way you're going to do it. Now, Spread the Cost. Land 7 consecutive shotgun blasts with 100% pellet accuracy. This is a tough one. But the trick is Biome 2 against Bastion here, and there's 2 shotguns that are easy. I wouldn't recommend the Annihilator. It's the Horde shotgun that has that vertical spread, or this one here, which is the Stalwart, which has the pellet wall, which lets you shoot multiple projectiles at the enemy there. But Bastion is such a good boss for this because you can literally just go underneath. The Stalwart shotgun isn't even the best shotgun. The Horde would be a little bit easier, and you can just run up underneath him with this gun here. I ran through the entire game multiple times with shotguns. The spread in the Annihilator is just too wide, and yeah, coming under this boss, it's actually really silly how quick and easy you can get to Spread the Cost. So yeah, to get this one, just run Bastion in Biome 2. Angle of attack is the name implies. You got to use Nova Lance, and this one's kind of funny because you can shoot it at the ground and bounce it off to hit a target, and that's how you're getting this one. Radiance also, I think this one has a low trophy percentage completion due to it being a later game power weapon, but there's a special enhancement you can get on this one which lets you shoot at multiple beams. You just have to damage 3 enemies simultaneously. This one is a bit confusing, but what you have to do is go to Nightmare Strands. They're going to give you your second chance back. This requires you to go down multiple times, but there's a Nightmare Strand in pretty much every single section of the game, which makes this a little bit better. So my recommendation is start off at the Shattered Colony here, go straight out the gate at the start there. Find if you can go down during the Nightmare Strand or before the Nightmare Strand, get your second chance back from the Nightmare Strand, then go down again, and then again. This will give you this achievement here. Now, War Within is one you may pick up easily, or it may be a very annoying one, especially if you got more upgrades, because you have to have the maximum corruption level, so your full health bar filled up entirely, and then beat the level. I'm pretty sure I got this off the first boss or the second boss, so yeah, this one is going to be a challenging one, especially later on, but don't worry, if you're good at the game, you can just go replay one of the earlier bosses and let your corruption just build up all the way, and then take out something like Prophet. Vincible again being easiest in Biome 3 to complete. Nightmare Strands for the gold trophy here. This one isn't too bad. You have to do 7 Nightmare Gates to go to the Nightmare Strands. And this one, I would honestly just recommend doing them as often as you can. It's going to tell you out of 7 how many you have completed. And it's just straightforward as going through and running every single biome all the way through to the end game. And this will get you not only lots of Lucenite, but it'll also give you the Nightmare Strands needed for this achievement. Let Go does require you to do the secret ending. This is another gold trophy, but the game marks where you need to go. You basically just have to go to a few areas, go fight, or go to the priestess location, and then go fight the king again. And one of the hardest ones here is OverDriven. This was actually the last one that I got before the platinum. You have to dispatch 30 hostiles using overdrive in a single cycle. My recommendation is to start off at the very beginning of the game, and there are some artifacts that we want to look for. Having the upgrades that gives you more of your overdrive charge from having more damage on the enemy is really nice, but you'll get those unlocked later on, and you're probably going to want to have the Lucenite increasing or health Aether ones, but that can be very beneficial to get this done easier. And the way to make this one a lot easier is early on in your run, you're going to want to use your Acolyte's wagers here. And what we're looking for is anything that's going to, one, increase power is nice because it gives you your power weapon back, but there is an artifact that whenever you use your power weapon, it gives you overdrive charge. That is going to be one of the most impactful ones that we can get here, as well, I'm getting some bad rolls here. Main weapon kills can charge overdrive faster is another one we're looking for. Now, it doesn't really matter if we're taking on volatility here. It does suck for the drive volatility as you'll end up losing your Lucenite, but this is one we want to grab. So basically you're just going to redraw and try to get as many ones that are going to boost up our overdrive, or if you get one that gives you power kills, you're going to want to, power kills give overdrive, you're going to want to have ones that boost up your power gain. And also if you can find any weapons that have power generators. I had a really nice flow going for this where I had a bunch of power generation, let me use my power weapons, which would then in turn give me even more of my overdrive charge back. I did find that the overdrive charge from power weapons scales up a lot quicker than the one from weapon kills that I just picked up here. And the next part is when to use your overdrive. I don't have it right here, but these enemies are great. Typically, it's the large flying or the multiple flying enemies in a row that are going to be best. Nightmare Strands are great too, but my personal tip is don't hold on to your overdrive. There's going to be many times where you could pick up a couple kills, and that's better than not having it, because especially if you get later on and get more upgrades for your overdrive, that's something that's going to be scaling up really quickly and you'll be able to get almost immediately. So yeah, you're going to want to use that as often as possible. Once you get to that point, I just got my overdrive here. So yeah, you pretty much want to do every single Nightmare Strand and run from the start of the game all the way through every biome that you're possibly able to. Now, for example, here's my skill tree. I was selecting all of the overdrive chargers here from the lower skill tree that only cost 2 Halcyon here. So I took 5 of them and I didn't have the upper one filled out. I just filled out those 2 here after the fact, but I only had this bottom one filled and I was able to do it in Biome 3. So it's obviously an RNG dependent one. And if you use them smartly and get a lot of enemies all at the same time, but I was able to do it in the 3rd biome, and all I had was the artifact that gave me more of the overdrive charge from power weapon usage, and then these here, and that was more than enough to get it done. So yeah, not too difficult of a platinum to get, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm always really quick to get back to those type of inquiries, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Subscribe if this video is useful, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.